Oh, my friends, it is time for a really cool Q&A. I haven't seen you all guys in such a long time, and I haven't been live for such a long time. I think the last time I have been live is quite some months ago. So end of August, it's time to go live and say hello to everyone and answer a little bit of your singing questions and look a little bit into the channel. What was your favorite videos? And yes, just sharing and caring and just say a little bit hello. So good to be back. So I have been on a quite long break. I was in Europe. I was visiting my parents, and I was quite busy with them, and my parents don't live in Germany, so they don't live both there. So one of them, my mom lives in Germany, but my father don't. So it was quite of a hustle, and I didn't have enough time to upload. And as you can see, I'm trying out different things since January on the channel. I'm trying also to move on and bring a little bit of my students there and make a little bit more singing related stuff. So it's not only the vocal coach React thing, but it's also a little bit more into, yeah, showing how the life situation is with a student, because nothing is more interesting than a real authentic singing lesson, right? Rather than just a reaction video. So guys, let me know, throw me down in the comment sections if you have any vocal questions and from which country you're from. And hello everyone, thank you so much for joining. It's Friday. Couldn't choose any other worse day than Friday, because Friday usually everyone's out at that time, but I just finished work right now, so I thought I'm just gonna hop on here. Yeah guys, so I'm back on track and currently uploading. Yeah, so I'm also looking to discover a little bit more different countries. So, and I also have an idea of a feature Friday where we can feature independent artists here on the channel. So it's going to be artists from around the world that we can feature that are independent and not with a record label, that create their own music. So we can give them a platform where they can contribute a little bit their music, because they work so hard, those guys. And if you're a musician yourself and you have no record label, you don't have money, but you have songs that you are producing by yourself, then let me know. Throw me a DM on Instagram. Let me know if you're a musician like that. And they're gonna be a feature Friday. Yeah, not sure if the series is gonna be every Friday, but I want to start it and share a little bit of some different kind of music. Yeah. So hey, go cool, hello. I'd like to ask you a question about singing. How do you sing a song when there is a lot of variation in a song? That is an awesome question, and I just had yesterday a student that wants to learn riff and runs. So just to clarify what a riff and a run is. So a run is a pentatonic scale of different notes executed pretty fastly. That's term run. Doesn't only have to be a pentatonic scale like C, D, E, F, G, but can be any kind of variation executed fastly. And a riff is something like an accent, like a contemporary accent made like of three notes, for example, like oh, oh, like oh, oh, oh. Just very plain, very easy, kind of just a couple of free notes. And and a run is a couple of very fast notes. Now she wanted to learn a song, Christina Aguilera, Beautiful, which has a lot of riffs and runs, a lot of ad-libs, a lot of different alterations. So she printed out the lyrics, and whenever Christina would make a riff, a run, an alteration, she would underline it, she would mark it, and she would listen to it, so she can learn and understand what styles are involved currently in the songs, what are for different variations there that she can learn. So that is really, really highly important, that you first of all mark it out and understand, okay, where is a head voice there? Where is a vocal fry? Where is a breathy onset? What is actually going on within that one phrase? And like this, she starts to get aware of what is actually used there what for stylistic choices are used there. So this is something that I would highly recommend to do because it brings your awareness and it forces you to actually try to understand different styles. So that is something that I would do, and I would pick up a song like that. So what exercises should be adopted so that I don't go on false note? So there is a good exercise that you can use by on your piano, and you go note through note, and then you go and sing ma mi mi mo mu, ma mi mi mo mu. Super plain, step by step. Start in your comfortable note, but it's really, really good if you want to work with pitch and accuracy, that you have a melody and that you have an instrument that can help you, because you have to see on a piano, is this a C? Do I sing a C at the same time? So like this, you won't be off pitch and you will be directly in tune. Now there is also an app perhaps somewhere that can tell you if you are correct or not right now. So that is something. Okay. So I want to sing like Dimash. Can you help me? Sure. You can try to sing like Dimash. It might take you a lot of time to adapt the stylistics that he uses, because he's classically trained, and that can take a lot of time to get trained in that. Thank you so much, Google. Yeah, so singing like Dimash requires to understand singing in the first place, and it can take up to years to just go into that direction. Of course, he's an individual amazing singer, but he uses a lot of classic. That means good breath management, understanding how your larynx works, just a classical foundation, tilting, round vowels, breath, support in general. There's so much more into it, of course. And Dimash has a bright range, so that's something that's like really, really stands out. So that is something that you would have to look at it as well. Yeah, the chat is going to be not in Russian today, because I'm not going to produce any Russian videos anymore on that English channel, because that was very confusing for many of my subscribers. Obviously, right? It was confusing. So I'm not going to do any more Russian videos. It's just happened that I tried one Russian video out because I was really looking for the response of the audience. I wanted to see how many Russians we have on the channel and what is their response to make an extra additional Russian channel. So that is something that I wanted to do, make an extra channel for every language, because you guys know that I also speak German, because I am German. So yeah, but we're not going to confuse anymore here. It's just clean English here. Throw me in all of your singing questions. Look at that light. Can we have a little bit proper light here, or what's going on? That is better? Okay, that is worse actually. Let's go and get some good old light going on. Yeah, that might be better. So guys. Okay, next time I'm gonna set up a better light for us. Yeah, that might look really, really sunny. So thanks for everyone joining in, dropping out, joining in. Yeah. So if you have any questions, just you're gonna drop them in the comment section. Let me know. I'm sorry if I cannot just go to everyone. Okay, yeah. Come on, give me all of your singing questions that you have so far. I just had a student right now that was diagnosed by a different vocal coach with a condition, and that made me also a little bit furious. So be careful if a vocal coach is diagnosing you with a certain dysfunction in your voice. The only person that can diagnose a dysfunction in your voice is not a vocal coach. That is a doctor, a specialist in a laryngeal specialist in speech, whatever. So a doctor has to really look into your throat and has to really see what for condition is going on. And I went into a doctor recently in Bulgaria. He looked into my throat and he made pictures. He made me sing some vowels, and then he can see, okay, something going on with your voice or not. So be careful if someone is diagnosing you. Also, if it's a speech therapist or whatever, it's always important that you have a medical report, and with that medical report, you're going to a speech therapist. Also, if you go to a vocal coach, I would highly suggest that you try out in the beginning some vocal coaches, that you just try out and get a sense of what you want and how is the right person, and just a sense, and just to try to get information, just to find the right person, gonna take some time, right? So try out some vocal coaches, how they work, what they do, what are their style, are they modern, right? Because if maybe you are looking for a really modern pop contemporary vocal coach, maybe you're looking more of a Broadway classical approach, whatever. So that's really important, and I would suggest just, you know, make your journey there and find a suitable person. Let's go and see. Some of you jumped in. Do you know Shreya Ghoshal? Yes, I do know Shreya Ghoshal. We have you here on the channel, but we are not going to make any more Indian or Pakistani reactions here, because I really don't want to go much more further to Asia. In Asia, I want to try to go back actually to Europe and to discover a little bit more that is going on in Europe, for example. Yeah, so mainly of that. So hey, back to the Philippines. Do you give professional trainings? I hope that this is a rhetorical question. You're not really asking me that, right? Because I will not even answer to that. That's ridiculous. That is a ridiculous question. So guys, how do you do mixed voice? So there are some few exercises that you can do to learn mixed voice. First of all, you should get a sensibility for your voice and for everything that's going on. So first of all, I would try to make some silent practicing, understanding what is happening here, blah, blah, blah. So that stuff. And so where your break starts, where your first register break starts, that's usually where you want to flip into your head voice, right? You want to go into your head voice, and then you want to sing that part in head voice. Or you want to extend your range and you want to sing it a little bit more in your chest voice, and you want to belt a little bit more over those high notes. Or you want to use your mixed voice, right? Which is like both of muscles. And sometimes when singers are really professionally, they can they can use like 60% head voice and then a 40% chest voice, or they can balance that in between. We are speaking here for a couple of notes. So one way that you can do is that nya nya nya. So you go note for note, and you go you can go in nya 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 nya. So that would be one way. Nay, no, no. There is a video of me and my students practicing that too. You can go on an A, and then you can try to take your tongue out to give a little bit more freedom and loose up the tension, because we have a lot of tension with our tongue. So you can kind of stretch out your tongue. So you go note for note, and you see that you're trying to get that high note. Give it some time and give it some practice, because it might work on one day and on the other day it doesn't really work. So give yourself some time doing it, okay? And some practice as well. Good, now I have to drink water and check the line. Good. Here's my observation in people's voice. Sometimes when they speak, their voice produce vibration, a small echo maybe. Is that only because they're speaking in their bass voice? That's actually interesting. I really might be. I'm not really aware of people speaking and then I really didn't look out to that one. It's actually quite interesting. Sometimes when they speak, the voice produces vibration. Yeah. A small echo maybe. Okay. Is that only because they're speaking in their bass voice? Wow, that's a really good question. It really also depends on, like, Americans, right? They speak with a lot of twang, and that twang causes also kind of a ring in your voice that causes also a kind of a vibration. So I would all really I think it really depends on which language you are, what you speak. Do you know Americans are like very up high there? They use a lot of twang when they speak, and I wouldn't say it's kind of a vibration as well. You could say it's a vibration, more of a ring. You know what I mean? You have that really ringy sound there, that kind of. So my vocal coach said he didn't have that bass voice. Sometimes his voice was squeaky. To get his bass voice, he had to speak like he's actually shouting. He said, "Is this actually a thing if you don't speak well?" I really give me a second. He didn't have that bass voice. Sometimes his voice was squeaky. To get this bass voice, he had to speak like he's shouting. I would never suggest that speaking like shouting is anyway the right term. So what does shouting actually means? Shouting is like overusing, overcompressing your voice. It's lifting up the your register to an extent where it's going to break. So it doesn't really make sense. He would clarify what does shouting means in his way. Also, it's really hard. Oops. It's really hard to say because I haven't heard him, right? I would need to hear him to make to say something to that. So which do you prefer? More attractive, deep or high-pitched voice? That's a good question, though. Let me think about it. I think it's deep voice, obviously, right? I like also in women deep voice. Maybe it's because I have a deep voice myself, but I never really liked that kind of girly head voice sound. I always preferred, of course, that deep sound. But also in women, I like Diana Krall. I like Adele. That timbre in their voice, I think it's very seducing, and it's very, it invites you to listen to it. And I think they have this richness in their voice when they sing deep. I like that a lot. And it's also comforting, right? But also I like to listen to rock and roll. So if I listen to some of the singers in rock and roll, and when they use their screams and their high-pitched voices, it's also kind of amazing. So I like that as well. Let me know in the comment section what you think is attractive. So using a high-pitched voice, do you like to listen to high-pitched voices, or do you like to listen to deep voices? Depends on, right? Pineapple pizza, hit or pass? I have to. First of all, I'm vegetarian, so that is anyway pass. But I used to love pineapple pizza. I'm so sorry, guys, but I think it's like pineapple pizza is amazing. How can you not love it? It's that sweet sour taste. But I'm a vegetarian, so I'm not eating that anymore. Yeah, Gokul, it's true. I think language is a big factor of vibration and sound. The sound that we produce, the vibration, the ring, that makes a sense because the outcome of the sound, I think, is important. I think some languages don't even have a melody when they speak. I have a deep voice. I'm also a vocal music trainer. So yay! High five for the deep voices. For the Olá, bom dia. E não falo português. E não falo português. So sorry. That's the only thing I can say in Portuguese. Where is Diana and Kundinova? So much Dimash. I say I'm trying to reply to every comment on Diana. Her videos are blocked. So I say it since ever. I'm not going to do any videos on her anymore because 2 of them got blocked and taken down. So I'm not going to take any risk of analyzing that amazing singer anymore because the videos are blocked. So if you're not seeing your favorite singer on the channel, then it has a different kind of reasons. First of all, guys, I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired. We have, oops. So I'm sick and tired to overreacting and over analyzing the same artist, because I think that doesn't make sense. First of all, it's boring, boring, boring. And then second of all, I said so many things about them already. And I know you like to see your favorite artist being here supported on the channel, but I think it's getting boring and tiring after some time. And then second of all, I have to watch out for copyright strikes and blocks. So if I know that TNT Boys, for example, every video of the TNT Boys are getting copyright claimed. So if I know that every video gets claimed by their management, it doesn't make any sense to me anymore, because there's so much work in recording a video and then cutting it and then uploading it, and it's just the process anymore of doing it, and all the money. I'm not getting rich here by doing YouTube, absolutely not, because every video is getting claimed. It actually doesn't make sense at all, but it does make a difference if the management of a record label gets money off of my work when there's no participation in what I'm doing. So that is the bad thing about it. So I have to be very conscious in what for an audio I'm gonna look like, gonna take. So that is also the case, and that is the case with Diana Kondinova. That is the case with the TNT Boys, for example. It's not because I don't like them anymore. That could be further from the truth. But it's just, I have to be cautious, and some of them are getting even blocked or striked. So yeah. How to tell if what genre you would fit? That is a really, really good question, Krall. It really depends on where, you can look at your register and you can say where your voice has its own sweet spot. So where does it sits the best? What is the stylistics that you use when you sing? So I used to be a rock singer always. First of all, I came from musical theater, but my voice is always that deep, raspy voice. I used to have a very raspy voice. So naturally, because of my attitude, because of my style also, and then because of my styles in singing, I tend to sing more rock, sing more breathy, or have those, this kind of rock and roll characteristics. So I naturally fall into that as well. It would be good as a singer that you can learn to switch your styles on and off. So you kind of like, okay, I want to sing a song in clean musical theater, and the next time I want to sing a different song in jazz. So I would look at that. I would look in also what fits you as a person best. What is your interest? Sometimes the things that you like to sing are not necessarily the songs that fit you well, even into your persona as well. So I would look into those things, because some people come here and they want to sing Whitney Houston and they want to sing those big massive songs, but stylistically they are actually not really there. You have to figure out, of course, there are tons of stylistics there that you can use, or genre, like jazz, blues, R&B, pop, Celtic, musical theater, contemporary, pop, classic, Nightwish, kind of opera, pop genre. So there's tons of things, right? And then to each of their genre, they have different ways of how to execute their vocals. Yeah, pineapple on pizza is good. I don't like raw pineapple. So can't believe you're from Russia. No more American. No, I am not from Russia. This is a misconception. I do speak Russian, but I'm not from Russia. Again, I should actually make a bio on Wikipedia, and just to clarify, because there's so many misconceptions I heard about myself as well. I am born in Germany. I am from Germany, and I'm born in Germany, and my mother is Russian, and that makes me, well, technically half a Russian, right? But technically, I don't see myself being, I'm seeing myself being a globetrotter, being a person from around the world, because, My family lives everywhere. My cousin lives in India. He lives in Mumbai. I think Mumbai is right? Because someone just told me that Mumbai doesn't is like the new capital anymore, or just give me some closure. Because someone told me that Mumbai is like the old term, and they don't use anymore Mumbai, right? So, and my cousin is currently in China. She's working as a journalist. My sister's in Berlin. Everyone is around the world. So that's what's going on. Have you listened to Indian Bollywood singer Arjit Singh? Yes, he's also on the on my channel. Oh no, that video's not up. Some of the I have to kind of like I closed that video at the moment, but yeah, I have some Indian students here. I do have some students that are well, they are Singaporeans from backgrounds from India. So simply no reaction videos maybe. Yes, I mean in the long term, I mean that's what you guys subscribe for, right? So you're subscribed for reaction videos, but the truth of the matter is that they are not really kind of, yeah, they are nice because you get to analyze a little bit the styles and characteristics of the singer. But they are, yeah, Bombay. Ah, yeah, Mumbai is new, Bombay is the old term. Exactly. Sorry, I got totally confused. Thank you so much. Got totally confused on that. So they are right now in Mumbai. So Bombay is old term, right? Okay. Having a blunt moment there. Yeah. So that is what's going on. Yeah, the vocal reaction videos are good because you can get to say something there, but they are a lot of entertainment, and it's quite sad because entertainment is just like, it's like 80% entertainment, and not everyone is there necessarily for the vocals or because they really want to learn something, right? So it would be nice if everyone that subscribes on the channel would be also equally like to learn something to the vocals, right? So I'm also always looking for new content ideas, but when I'm trying to do new content ideas, I'm just simply running out of time, and also always looking for someone who can cut the videos and who can make some decent and fun action within the videos. Yeah. Thank you so much, Terry. That is, I really appreciate it, and thank you so much. So I thank you. I really appreciate every comment. It's always heartwarming. I'm always trying to answer to everyone that's writing positive or nice things. Just sometimes, you know, life is like overwhelming. We all work, and you know, having a normal job like you guys. So yeah, having a normal 9 to 5 job and doing my students here, doing my work here. So I'm not get to reply to everyone, right? If you did not develop vibrato, does it mean your voice is not good? No, absolutely not. And it's a big topic among the vocal coaches. And so people naturally do have a vibrato, and people do naturally can produce it, and people are naturally aware of it. There is no real way to learn a vibrato, and after years of digging into it, and after researching and speaking with other coaches, really hard. There are some exercises that can stimulate that coordination, that vibrato, but there is like not one exercise like in belting that can show you directly how to switch it on off. It works a lot with imitation as well. Some people are lucky they can switch it on off. Some people need a little bit more time and a little bit more getting there. Some people are doing an artificial vibrato by using the diaphragm, which is also a way. Some use laryngeal vibrato, which is the best way, so that it comes from within here. But there are some exercises you can use and try out, but I wouldn't say that there's like one exercise. So I always song ballads, but not all ballad song can fit my voice. Yeah, that's the deal. So 99% of people that come here in the vocal lesson, they don't they always choose a song that is not right for them, that's not right for their register, doesn't represent their persona, doesn't represent their whole, even in style, doesn't represent nothing where they want to go to, what their voice can also handle. Because Maybe the voice cannot handle the whole stamina of singing a Whitney Houston song. Maybe they are lacking technique of making that production. So a lot of times people have problems in song choices. Very little dynamics in songs. They choose songs where they cannot develop their voice. That is also another thing. So there is a lack of song choice that helps you to develop your craft a little bit more. So you see, a song choice is like really, really an important factor. Thank you so much, Rohit. Yeah. A lot of kisses back to India. Guten Abend. My fans' family is about to come to Singapore in a month. Maybe they'll find you when their kid for you is into singing. She sings all day though. And my youngest student here was 3.5. It's like a music educational lesson rather than a real singing lesson, but they still can handle a lot though. We don't believe it, they can. They are actually quite fit, but it's more of a educational part. So yeah. Let me know if you have any kind of more singing questions. I don't want to make the chat too long because, watch time is always like 3 minutes or something. Usually like 3 minutes and 50 or 4 minutes, or it really depends from which country you're from. Some countries watch longer. Some countries doesn't watch a lot. Some age groups have different watch time as well. So that is also a very important factor here. Yeah. So throw me in your last questions, and then we're gonna wrap it all up and have our late night tea before to go to sleep and get our rest. Because it's only in Asia here already 7:30. Because in other around the world in other places it's still very early. That's probably why they cannot join the chat, because other people here on the chat are from Russia, are from USA, and it's still very early there, or it's night there. Oh my god. Can never catch up with other countries. Okay, my friends, so you see I'm in the back of my studio here. It's already late. Oh, how long you needed to learn English? Well, I had English in school, so I have English in Germany. You have English at grade 3. That is a big help. And I partially lived in America as well, in Florida, in Fort Lauderdale. I don't really make actually a big deal about it, but there's some Instagram pictures of my mom being in Florida. So my father used to have restaurants, and he had a restaurant in America as well. I might gonna upload on Instagram some pictures of my father. There are some on Facebook, and we lived for a few years there, and that helped also a little bit. But as a child, it's a little bit different, but I could carry that accent for some time back home. But in general, in Germany, everyone learns English from grade 3, so yeah. Let me know what else. Can you expand your range upwards with practice? Absolutely. There's no other way than practicing and then expand your range upwards with practicing. There is a saying by other teachers that some do have an anatomical, that they are anatomically limited, but you have to see it also for yourself if there's really is kind of an anatomical limit, and you just cannot go any more higher. Certainly not everyone can produce a whistle note, but that is really certainly something that I can say, that I think that not everyone can now, produce a whistle note, and but you can expand your range. The question is, will expanding your range, will that be your sweet spot? Because you're not going to sing every day Whitney Houston songs, and you're not every time using that extended range, right? So you use this in a couple of times on stage, perhaps when you sing a special song. But usually, if you're gonna sing Define Gravity by Wicked and you use it 8 times a week in a Broadway show, it's gonna damage your voice in the long term. Do you speak Italian? Well, no, but why would I, right? But okay, I assume that you guys think that because my parents are from around the world, I don't speak Italian. I don't speak. Thank you so much, Hazel. That's my favorite necklace. I always work for 5 p.m. in India. You see? It's too early because it's 7 here, so it's too early for you guys. Oh, thank you so much. Always glad to see your in new life. So thank you so much, Alexander. Спасибо большое, огромное спасибо всем, что вы смотрите. And I will set up a Russian channel soon. I hope I can set it up this weekend. What is the highest note you can hit? It's a really good question. I haven't tried out, to be honest. Because my range changed a lot. The last time I made a registered check was 10 years ago. I should make one. And the last time my highest belting voice was when I was 19, around G and H, and now it's a little bit more. I have to make a registered check, so I might want the highest for an alto is C sharp. C sharp, I remember. That was kind of a... I gave you an idea for your next video. That is a good idea to check my own register, but I have another idea of make a 10 years challenge with an old song of mine that I sing from musical theater that I have a recording. I don't have many recordings from my time from my studies, unfortunately, because at that time it was not popular to have those iPhones where everyone could record themselves. So 10 years ago, there were not I didn't have an iPhone for sure. So that might be a good check to see how that works out now. Okay, my friends. So I wish you an amazing and wonderful evening or day, or when you watch this video right now. I hope it gave you a little bit of information. It was super happy to have you here right now. And yeah, do you have favorite students and how many? That is a trick question. Do I have favorite students? Would you really say that? Oh God, let's say it like this. I have students that have more energy and they are like more cheering and happy. I did had some students in the past. Well, it's really hard to say. I am trying not to be emotional attached to my students because this is the downfall of everything. You have to see them students and you have to separate yourself from I'm a teacher, I'm a student, because if you're crossing the line there, then this can be bad. And sometimes getting attached to a student and liking them also personally can lead you to be not strong enough, not crossing borders, and they will not practice. They will get lazy because they know they can get away with things. And I've done that in the past. So I do have some that I like more, that are a little bit more cherished and a little bit more having a better energy, good energy. And I have some that I also like, like it's very hard to answer that one because you want to be nice, right? Приветик всем, приветик. Okay, good. So my friends, that is, hey Dan, that's a good thing. I'm also a psychologist. Honestly, how many students have cried here? Grown-ups, I'm talking about grown-ups that came here, were singing songs, and then they were crying within the lesson. And this is a normal thing that happens too, because singing is so much emotion, right? And so much expressing of your emotion that you sometimes want to release that emotion, and then they cry. But I'm not comfortable anymore with that. I had a student here this week. She was the first time here, also my age. She was so nervous. She was shaking. That is how nervous she was. She was shaking, and she was teary in her eyes, and she said she haven't sing for 3 years and stuff like that. So it's, you try to guide them through in a way to make them understand you're not alone here. That's really important. They have to understand that they are not alone here, and you are really not. You really are not alone. So everyone goes through the same struggle, but no one really wants to admit. You should, because it helps a lot. I admit it, and it helps others too. So they always feel relieved that they're not the only one, because they have those thoughts in their mind, and they are not alone. So the truth of the matter is everyone that comes here has the same problems, and singing and practicing singing can be very nerve-wracking, believe me, because on one day you're gonna make an awesome progress, and the next day it just sounds like shit. It's just gonna sound like crap, and there you are back again, because the voice is a muscle and we have to be careful on that. That was my word for Friday. Amen. Praise the Lord. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. Continue to spread the love, weaponize your voice, get strong, kick ass. That's my favorite state. I always tend to say the same things like I say them in German. Statement. So, amen. So big kisses to you. I hope you enjoyed that chat, and I'm gonna see you next time on another live chat, okay? Hazel, mwah. Thank you so much. I'm gonna see you next time. This is a heart like this. Okay, my friends. So I'm gonna tune out. I'm gonna get my tea now, my late tea, and that's it. Bye bye. Thank you so much, and see you next time.